The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. In motion, the tight end. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Operating from the gun, Grimm, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Looking to throw, Grimm. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of him. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Rocco 80. There we go, shot. Check go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in, complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz, an even 90 yards. And the Black Knights are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Those are the... Defensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now you look at this defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Grimm.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Grimm. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Micah Parsons
in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Back to throw. Grimm. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Grimm. Wide open receiver, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Operating from the gun, Grimm. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Micah Parsons able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Barkley, inside handoff. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Here we go, set.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz,
his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Let's go now.
2nd and 2.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now 2nd and 9.
of the gun. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete right around the 8. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll run with Barkley. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Now they'll change things up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And got his man complete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Throwing to start the drive. Grimm. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Grimm throwing the out route and complete. It's Lane. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down. Grimm in trouble, and he's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Black Knights offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz
on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Black Knights will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the gun on third down, Grimm.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Grimm.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
So we reach halftime.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Black Knights offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz,
92 yards.
And the Black Knights come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Grimm. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Here's 2nd and 3. A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Again, it's Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now they'll audible to something else.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to go up top again. He's got him in. Complete.
There he goes again.
Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz,
96 yards.
And the Black Knights just continue to roll. The extra point by.
Good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Grimm over the middle here to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
There's a nice move.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a bit closer. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
That's another 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
19 Lions. Buffalo 18.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz
with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Black Knights get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz
from 13 yards out.
And the Black Knights take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. From the gun on 3rd down, Grimm. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
2nd and 14. Trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Now he's into the clear again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz,
97 yards.
And the Black Knights add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here comes Ford on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Ryland on for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Throwing after the interception. Grimm. He finds his man complete. That's Lane. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
He may go.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing after the interception. Grimm.
And that one too wide and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line.
This offense headed back out. Captain, of course.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz,
83 yards.
And the Black Knights are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Grimm. And the ball is knocked out. It's going the other way. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz
finding the end zone yet again.
And the Black Knights stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Back to throw again.
He's got Brown on the out route complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And an Eagle first down.
They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lane. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go, set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw. Grimm.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
Anthony Gould on the return. They'll take over.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game.
And got his man complete. Now he's loose again, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Now Ryland for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward.
Now Brown, he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that.
He's got a man complete. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He finds his man complete. That's Price. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Looking to throw. Grimm. He finds his man complete. That's Lane. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
Anthony Gould on the return.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels got changed, you get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No R&R, the bar is raised. If you know me, know I can bar for days. Nothing to prove, cause I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more?
I wanna try to